Hey guys, this is Jack with Team Empire. Once again, we're back with another deck test, the third one in set 9, and we're going to go over two new decks. One deck that is entirely lore that JC's playing, and one deck that is the Youthquake manga that I'm playing. We're going to go over mine that I'm playing first, which is Belgar the Skyruler, the new Stoicheia deck that plays very differently than some other Vanguard decks have come out recently. I'll go over the main Vanguard, but then I'll just breeze past the other cards once we talk about its playstyle. Belgar is like a pure rush deck using like a very unique double rare, and it's all reliant on Belgar's third skill. He has 3 skills. The first one is during your turn, if your drop has 10 or more cards, it gets 5k power. But if your drop has 20 or more cards, it gets 15k power instead, which can be nice for like, turn 3, because that's preferably where you want to go in this deck. It has another skill where you can counterblast 1 to look at top 2, you can put 1 into hand and then 1 into drop. The CB cost is really expensive, but you feel like you have to sometimes just to fuel the drop and like pick up certain pieces. And the main skill that you build the entire deck around is, at the end of the battle, he attacked a Vanguard. You can counterblast 1 and perform all of the following, or one of the following, excuse me. Choose a column, and then you stand all the rearguards in the said column. Or if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and your drop has 15 or more cards, you can stand all your rearguards. And the only other card I'm going to go into specifics about is the deck's double rare, which is the main linchpin of the deck, Follower Rabbits. So it's a 5k grade 1, which is extremely important, and it gets 1k for every other copy of itself on board. Then when it's placed, you can reveal Skyruler in your ride line, or if you have a Skyruler, you can discard a card. You mill a card first, excuse me. Then you can discard a card to search your deck or drop for another copy of Follower Rabbits and call it to rearguard circle. So this can keep chaining into more Follower Rabbits, or if you could pay an alternative cost of counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand to search your deck or drop for 3 at once. So Follower Rabbits is like the main way you can rush in this deck. If you go second, you can even just like drop 3 cards from your hand instantly to call a full board as long as you have 1 rabbit. And the reason why this can be so strong in the early game is because of the Blessing of the Flowering Buds order, because it gives all your 5k or less rearguards 10k power and a way to bounce themselves back to the hand on hit. So this is the main combo, and it's the main reason why we don't play Persona Ride. One, because you have to have all your pieces in your hand to make this kind of like rush strategy work, and you also don't really get there a lot of the time. Either your opponent's going to be rushed to death, no defensives, they die, or you die first. Other than that, the only other card I'll go over is the new generic Harvest Elf. So it's a 5k grade 1, which again helps with our rush turn. When it's placed, you can Soul Blast 1 to call a plant token. And then main skill that's really good is you can retire 2 rearguards in the same column as it after it boosts to draw a card. Helps you pick up draws, helps you with your early game. Not only is it just good for this deck, it's a really good Stoicheia generic to pick up. But I'm going to move to JC now to talk about his deck, which is Sybilt.
Yeah, so today I'll be playing Sybilt, which, as Jack said, is a lore ride line from the anime. Wasn't played in the anime, but, it's one of the main villains. The whole premise of the deck is with your grade 3 Vanguard to give your rearguards a mental pollution state, which buffs them up by 5k and then retires them at the end of the turn, kind of like old Great Nature. It's also a restanding Vanguard, which on turn 3 going first, you restand basically just the Vanguard. But if your opponent's on grade 3, you can restand a rearguard as well that's in the mentally polluted state. The ride line provides some really good early game because grade 1 thins out your order, which we'll talk about in a second. And then the grade 2 retires a rearguard to draw a card and then get some power. The order in the deck goes to soul and then allows you to return a rearguard to hand when it's retired during the battle phase. Or, retired in anything other than the main phase. And then allows the Vanguard to get gets the Vanguard's drive to become 1 after it restands. So overall, the deck just has a lot of really good cards. And because of that, we play cards like Shenri, because we do play an order in the deck, and it would be great early game. And since this deck does have an archetypal order, it's really one of the only Dragon Empire decks that can effectively use Latifa. So, outside of the Sybilt cards itself, it's generic city. There's only two Sybilt-specific cards we play, which is the triple rare, Desolate Flare, that lets you look at top 7 when you're on grade 3 to search for a Unison Dragon or a normal order. And then he's basically, what's her name from Varga?
Shura?
Shura from Varga, where he gets to Energy Blast 3 and let a rearguard return to hand when it's retired, rather than going into the drop. And then the only other Sybilt card we play is the Restanding Booster, because it puts good pressure on the Vanguard column, since you'll get to boost for both attacks.
All right. Now that we've gone over both the decks, we're gonna jump into a test game to show you how both these decks work. All right, here we are in the game. As always, JC, heads or tails?
Heads.
It is heads.
All right, I will choose to go first.
Okay. Honestly, not too bad for us, because Skyruler does kind of prioritize going second. It does have going first plays, but we only get 5 attacks when the opponent's grade 3. So we just eat a bunch of damage and hope to God that we can survive. Alright, good luck.
Okay, draw. I will discard a Latifa to ride Sparrowed. Sparrowed's skill to reveal a Sybilt in my ride deck, and then I can search the archetypal order Sparrowed and Sybilt, who we once were. And then I'll pass turn.
Okay. Stand and draw. We're going to discard a Follower Rabbit to ride, or grade 1, Jagra the Fighter. Skill of Starter, draw, call. Harvest Elf, skill, when placed from hand, we're going to Soul Blast 1 to call a plant token. And I think that'll be it. Despite the fact this is a rush deck, we didn't open the best hand for rush, or if we did, it's very risky, I should say. Swing for 8 with Jagra.
Guard.
Okay, drive check. Alvina. Swing with a boost. Plant token.
No guard. No trigger.
Skill of Harvest Elf. Retire both to draw 1 card. Go ahead.
Stand and draw. Discard a draw trigger to ride the grade 2. Play the order from hand. When played, it goes to soul, and then it gives my Vanguard the skill that when a rearguard is retired outside of the main phase, it returns to my hand. Hall, drag, Ritter, Latifa. Skill, since I played an order, Soul Blast 1. Look at top 5. And call a call a card with a grade equal to or less than my Vanguard. Calling Desolate Flare Dragon.
Give me 1 second, you see, I'm going to pause it. Oh, please.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So call Desolate Flare, and then I'll call Shenri from hand. Battle phase, Desolate Flare, swings for 10.
In that case, I'm going to guard with a Follower Rabbit.
Sparrowed swings on attack, retire a rearguard to get 5 and draw a card. Then skill given to him by the order to return that retired rearguard back to my hand. 15.
Okay, in this case, we're going to no guard.
Check. Fire Regals.
Check. No, my mushrooms.
Then I played an order, so Shenri gets 5. This is 23.
No guard. Aspronia.
Skill of Shenri, go to soul, draw, pass turn.
Alright, stand and draw. We're going to discard Aspronia from our hand to ride. Acor the Smasher. Skill of Jagra the Fighter. Whenever it's rode upon by Acor, you discard a card from our hand to call a 6k or less unit to rearguard circle. Call follower rabbits using his skill. So we're going to pay the alternative cost of counter. Oh, first, before we do anything, we have to mill while revealing a Skyruler in our ride line. So we're going to mill 1. It's actually a perfect mill for us right now because we do not have an order. Then we're going to pay the alternative cost, counterblast 1, discard a card from our hand, which will be the Burrow Mushrooms, to call 3 from our deck and drop. So we're going to call these 3 rabbits. Then shuffle, since we did search our deck. Then we're going to use each of these rabbits' effects to mill 1 for each. They all get +4 since there are 4 rabbits on board. And then we're going to call out Vina. Alvina's skill, Energy Blast 3 to grab the order since we finally got one in drop. And then she does get +2k since we have 4 more units. Using order, giving +10k to all of our rabbits since they originally have 5k power. It's very important. Because if it just had 5k, we couldn't use this order at all. Since one of them has a bounce skill, we do want to try and grab that one back to hand just so we have a guaranteed rear guard in case GC wants to swing at some of our other ones. Swing for 38 with an on-hit skill.
No guard. Crit. Power to van.
Okay, this rabbit gets bounced to hand since it hit. The unfortunate consequence of that is that these 2 rabbits lose 1k, but that's fine because it still hits for magic number against a 20k. We're going to swing 20 with our Vanguard.
Over to pass.
Alright, check. Blossoming Buds. It's very nice to have for next turn. And we're going to swing for 36 on your Vanguard.
No guard. No trigger.
Bouncing this rabbit back, and then we're going to pass turn to you.
Stand and draw. Discard the Fire Regalis to ride Sybilt. Then I will call Desolate Flare Dragon skill. When placed, counterblast 1. I look at the top 7 cards in my deck for a Unison Dragon or a normal order that's not a Regalis piece. And I will add who we once were to my hand. Then I will play the order. It'll go to Soul and give my Vanguard the skill to return a rearguard to hand when retired. Then I will use my Fire Regalis. Remove from game, look at top 5. Calling a Henry from top 5. Skill Sybilt. Soul Blast 1. And since you're on grade 2, I can choose 2 rearguards to put in the mental pollution state, and they get 5k power. So I'll just choose my front row, and at the end of the turn, they'll be retired. Okay. Battle phase. This is 13 to your Vanguard.
We're going to guard with a heal to make this 2 or over.
Okay, first check. Nothing. Second check. Nothing.
Okay.
Skill. Counterblast 1. And I can restand the Vanguard and give it 10k power. Then skill of the order. When my Vanguard restands, I can bind the order, discard a card, discard Desolate Flare, to make my Vanguard's drive 1.
Yep.
23, 1 drive.
No guard.
Crit.
That's pretty good.
We'll do power to Desolate Flare, crit to Van, 2 damage.
First, no trigger. Second, a draw trigger. Power, and we'll draw.
Okay. On boost, Shenry gets 5 since I played in order. This is 28.
We're gonna guard with 2 cards. Follow a rabbits and a harvest elf, making it 30.
Then skill of Shenry, go to soul, draw. And then on attack, skill of Desolate Flare, he gets 5. Then I can Energy Blast 3 to choose a rear guard and give it the skill. When it's retired from rear, I can put it into hand. So I'll choose Desolate Flare. This is 30.
No card. Okay, another draw. That's nice. Draw.
Then at the end phase, the mentally polluted rear guards will go to drop. Sybilt skill, when a rear guard in the mental pollution state is retired during the end phase, once per turn, I can draw a card. Then Desolate Flare will return himself back to hand due to his skill. And then I will return Latifa back to hand thanks to my order.
Damn, pop off, king.
And then pass turn.
Okay, stand and draw. So, in case some of y'all haven't already noticed, Skyruler is a deck, like I said, is very volatile. We take a lot of damage and we hope to deal a lot back. So you're going to be seeing a very aggressive turn, and then based on drive checks and draws, who knows if we'll actually beat JC. But that's what makes it fun, at least to me. Discard Aspronia to ride. Belgar, using skill of Acor. When Skyruler is ridden on him, Soul Blast 1 to check top 5. We can mill one of them, milling this. Shuffle, and then we can choose a grade 2 or greater unit card from the drop and put it into our hand. We'll put the ace unit into our hand. Next, we're going to use Skyruler's effect. Counterblast 1, check the top 2. Milling 1, and then putting the other one into our hand. Milling this order, putting this into our hand. Next up, we're going to call over this rabbit for the ace unit skill. Picks up 5k power, then we'll Energy Blast 3 and check top 7. Putting one of those into the drop, put another order into drop, shuffle, and then we can choose a card with a grade less than or equal to our Vanguard and call it. We're going to call over this rabbit for another rabbit. Skill of the rabbit, milling 1. Not great, but also not the worst. Then we're going to Counterblast 1, pitching a rabbit to call 3 rabbits. Calling this one, this one, this one. Then we have 17 cards in drop, so we're going to use each of the rabbits on call effect to mill 1, 2, 3. We have 4 rabbits, meaning they'll each give themselves 4k power. And we do have 20 cards in drop, which means Skyruler will pick up 15k. And finally, we'll use the order, giving all of our rabbits plus 10 and giving the one in the front row a on-hit bounce effect. And that's just about it. We will enter battle, swing for 38 on your Vanguard.
No guard. No trigger.
Okay, the ace unit, since JC's Vanguard is grade 3, you'll pick up 5. Then we have 10 or more in drop, meaning it's another 5. 44 on your Vanguard.
No guard. Heal. Power, I do not heal.
Okay. We will swing with Skyruler. This is 47.
$73 over to pass.
Okay. Twin drive, first check. No trigger. Second check. Crit. We'll give power here and crit to the rabbit. Skill of Skyruler. Counterblast 1. Stand the whole board since you're grade 3 and we have 15 or more cards in drop. This is 48 to crit on your Vanguard.
What's the other one?
It will be 44.
44 and 48. 53.
Swing with Pense for 44.
Ugh, this hurts.
Oh, you're gonna drop a lot of 5Ks?
Yeah,
Oh man.
I don't know if I'll really be able to have a turn.
Oh Jesus
48.
Christ. Okay. And then we'll pass turn.
All right, stand and draw. Persona ride. Call my Pride Cycler. Skill, Soul Blast 1. And add a Persona ticket to hand. And then I'll use the order, I guess. Goes to Soul.
Okay.
And then I'll use Vanguard skill. Soul Blast 1. Give the Pride Cycler 5.
Okay.
Battle phase. Rearguard first. On attack, plus 5, 30.
Guard with these two for 33.
23 to them.
Guard with these three for 2 to pass.
First, crit, all effects to Van. Second, nothing.
Alright.
Vanguard skill, counterblast 1 to restand. This time, since you're on grade 3, I can restand a mentally polluted rearguard and the Vanguard, and they both get 10. Then skill of the order, in drop, bind, discard 1. Vanguard's drive becomes 1. 43, 1 drive.
PG, no cards in hand, so it's free.
No trigger. Plus 5 on attack, 40.
Okay, no guard. I need a healer over. Nope, didn't get any. Good game.
Good game. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, so that was Sibil versus Skyruler. I'm glad we got to see what these decks could do. Skyruler, as y'all saw, is a, again, volatile deck. It can go crazy even from turn 3. I had a really good setup with the ace unit. Got big numbers, despite the fact that it was only, like, without Persona Ride or anything. And JC showcased that Sybilt could build up a hand extremely easily, despite dropping a lot of cards from it.
Yeah, good early game too.
Yeah, really good early game. Both these decks, actually. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, drop a like, leave a comment if you have anything to say. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content like this. JC, would you like to say anything?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so bye guys.
Goodbye.